Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of War Thunder. It's a post-gameplay commentary. Haven't done one of these in ages. Some of you may know I had a lot of coursework to do lately in the proposed Tank Tech Tree series, so this is the first one I've done in a while. So I haven't actually played much War Thunder lately, but I've started playing it a bit more now. I've saved a lot of replays and this is just the first one I'm going through. Probably one of my best tank matches, about 11 kills I think it was. Some were in aircraft, but I think the majority were in tanks. Now I've sped up this first bit because built like in the Stug, because I didn't actually do well in the Stug at all. You've only got the low velocity howitzer type gun in the turret, which isn't good for armour piercing but has decent high explosive anti-tank penetration. Unfortunately I didn't get any kills with the Stug. So I was actually immobilised for a lot of the time, which is why I've sped this all up. You'll probably see in a few seconds, yeah, you can see battle report, basically everything was destroyed or damaged. And I had like a minute, 2 minute repair time. So I'm just having a shootout with this M3 Lee, I think it is. Don't actually destroy them, unfortunately. Managed to get repaired by this point. I was trying to cover A, but didn't go particularly well, as you can see. Trying to take some pot shots at different enemies. The Stug gets destroyed in a few, not minutes, probably about 30 seconds or so. Being strafed by aircraft by this point. Thankfully they don't do much damage. And just trying to deal with these enemies here, probably went a little too fast. Well, you see here, a T-28 managed to get a shot into me. I don't think I got the Panzer IV. And just waiting for a respawn. Now, I do quite well from this point onwards, which is why I slowed it down mostly. Now, Panzer IIIJ I'm in at the moment, so 50mm gun. Can't remember how much upgraded it was, so not sure if it had the best ammo or not, or the more advanced ammo. But I'm just heading off to A, trying to, well, the whole team's heading off to A if you look at the map, and in the distance to our left a little bit. I think we managed to get A back, I think, in about this point. Or trying to see what that target is over there. I'm doing this movie maker, so I'm a bit hard to see what's happening some of the time. But yeah, we're heading off to A, just trying to deal with the enemies off in the distance. Unfortunately, we've got quite a lot of artillery, but I think we are starting to turn the tide at this point, mainly because there's just so many of us charging at once, and most of the enemy team's down. And finally get eyes on a Stug. Ironically, the same vehicle I was in before getting destroyed. Managed to set him on fire, I think. And any second now, third shot, yeah, got him. So that's the first kill of the match. And already we've seen another tank, Panzer II I think. I think you can sort of tell by the turret and the quite large rear area of the tank. And where is he? Now I think they've gone off to my right somewhere. Oh, you can just see the red marker. Probably should have angled my tank a little better, but it's only a Panzer II and they're quite far away. And they made a bit of a silly mistake of turning to face me, which is actually better in a way because that's where most of his armour is, and worse because unfortunately that was going to penetrate no matter how we angled it. So kill number 2. Really should have kept on going, tried to get rear or flanking shots. I don't know. But maybe if he'd got some shots off he might have penetrated me, not sure really, but I'm not sure if I get another kill here. Is that a Panzer IV? Yep, Panzer IV blew its turret right off. Oh, that was quite a good kill. And another tank over there. And we're starting to take damage now, suspension, track damage, but I'm trying to deal with this. Is it a Stuart? I mean, there's other tanks there, I don't want to steal their kills, but at the same time I don't want to leave them to sort of cause mayhem around our troops. Now I've got a B-25 at this point, and a few seconds, yep, got the aircraft following us. So we got 3 tanks and an enemy aircraft. Now, I can't quite remember how many kills I got with bombers. I know some people don't like the bombers, and I can see their point. I do think it's kind of a shame that so many kills in tank battles are from bombers, but I'm not going to disadvantage myself by not using them. I think we got 2 kills out of that. Can't quite tell. Well, you see at the end, because it counts them in the... At the end, when you're looking at the scoreboard, it counts them in as per tank. Like, it doesn't distinguish between tanks and aircraft, unfortunately. So we just have to add the tank kills and the plane kills together to see how, and see if it tallies up with the kill board at the scoreboard at the end. Now, a few more tanks I'm trying to duel it out of this tank. Can't remember if I did any damage to them. It doesn't say anything on the battle report, but I'm not sure if it would say anything. It only really seems to say if you've set them on fire or not. Might be lagging a little bit at this point because of the fire. It's actually weird. On Movie Maker there's no stutter or lag, but as soon as I uploaded it to YouTube, another version, one, it didn't have any sound, which is why I'm re-recording it, but it's really laggy for some reason. We're taking quite a lot of damage here. I think we might be set on fire. Yeah, but as I was saying, it came out really laggy, the first version of this. It wasn't laggy when I recorded it or when I was watching it on Movie Maker, but as soon as it went on YouTube, it just, I don't know, went weird. So I'm getting some hits in on this guy, I think. I think that we did get a hit on him a second ago, but damage is getting a bit too much for us now. You can see everything's just burning and blowing up, and finally, yeah, brewed up. See what the final shot was. It went through the driver, gunner, commander, and hit the engine. I think maybe a fuel tank at the end. So, yeah, over penetration. I would honestly not be surprised if it went straight out the back. Although I'm not sure if it would represent that or not. Now, Panzer IV this time. It has a similar gun to the Stug, but it's actually a different gun. The Stug has something like a Stuck or something, and this has a KWK 37. Can't quite remember. Although they both have the same penetration, from what I can tell. And same reload times, I think. So I don't know if they're just the same weapon but different designations or something. But I have to look into that. Now I think I've called in another bomber because as it turns out, the aircraft I shot down also counted towards the score required for the aircraft. Now I've got a Wellington this time, so only 250-pound bombs, but we've got 8 of them, so theoretically if we do pinpoint attacks we could do a lot better than with the V25, potentially. Unfortunately I kind of screwed this up a little bit. I think 1 kill at least. I'm trying to sort of do direct strikes against tanks heading towards the what's it called? You can see here, I kind of didn't do this right. You can see I'm trying to pull up, but when I got near the ground I sort of thought, I'm not going to be able to make this, so I just dropped all my bombs and blew myself up. Although it actually gives the kill to someone, so it's possible I did just get shot down at the same time. I think I got 1, possibly 2 kills out of that bombing run. It's a bit hard to do tactical strikes with the heavy bombers, but it would make more sense to use the attack aircraft. But with them, you only get a few rockets or 1 or 2 bombs. It just makes sense to get the use the heavy bombers, because plus you got the defensive armament as well. But it's like I say, I do think bombers can be a bit overpowered in this. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what I was doing at this point. I was just sort of stuck here. I don't know if I got damaged or I had to go and do something. I don't know why, but I just ended up staying here for some reason. And found a target. Now, wasn't actually, well, I got the kill. I wasn't sure whether to actually take the shot. Oh wait, did I get the kill? Can't quite. I've got the kill now. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to take the shot. I Or did I get 2? Yeah, I got 2 kills. Sorry, I wasn't sure whether to take the shot, but the other guy on our team was ramming him, so I didn't know if he'd lost his gun barrel or something and was just trying to get near him so he couldn't get shot at. But yeah, I'm sure there are people, you know, I don't try to kill still, right? But if I see one of my teammates in danger, I will, you know, err on the side of caution and just destroy the enemy. So we've done quite well so far. I think we've got 5 kills in the Panzer III. I think we've got like 2 or 3 with the Panzer IV, although admittedly some were with aircraft. Now we've actually called in another bomber. I actually forgot all about this the first time I recorded it, and it was a bit of a surprise for me. Because I thought I could only remember calling in 2, because I recorded this quite a while ago. But this guy, he did really good. I set him on fire, and I've respawned in a B-25. So that guy I was shooting at's on fire. He was in an M2A4. Don't know if I'm being chased by enemy aircraft or not. See one of our aircraft down below. So I'm trying to look for targets. We've only got 3 bombs. Big bombs, but only 3 bombs nonetheless. And dropping our bombs. Now we've been set fire by the M2A4. So he managed to survive his fire. I think we got a kill from dropping the bomb, I'm not sure. Oh, we actually destroyed him. Just attacking a flak panzer. Managed to get the flak panzer, pull up at the last second. And we're now destroyed by the guy in the M2A4. So he managed to survive the air, you know, he managed to get set afire, bombed, but still kill me anyway. Now I've sped it up because I've quit at this point, because I didn't have any respawns left. But there was only a few seconds left on the match anyway. And yeah, basically we just held on to the area for the last few seconds and won. Now I'll quickly go to the scoreboard. As you can see, we got the most points from the Panzer IV, although that probably is mostly to do with the 130%. We also spent the least time in the Panzer IV. We spent the most time in the Stug, got the least points, which is kind of annoying. What's this? Assists. We got 3 assists, 1 in the Stug, 1 in the other tanks. We got the most points in the Stug for assists, because obviously we got more of them there. Kills, you can see we got 6 in the Panzer IV and 3 in the Panzer J. Panzer IIIJ. We actually got more points with the Panzer IIIJ though for our kills. Maybe that's to do with the aircraft we shot down, I don't know. But as you can see, the Stug didn't get any kills, which is kind of unfortunate for me, but there you go. We've got quite a lot of awards up on the top as well. Not sure what they all are. I think one of them at least is Adaman, which is like take a lot of hits. See if we can't check what the mission award was. The mission award, we actually got the most points on the Panzer III, but because of this is before the 130% is taken into account. So the Panzer III actually did the best score-wise, even if the Panzer IV got the most kills. I don't know if that's because of the plane I shot down or something else. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you like the video, subscribe if you like these sorts of videos, leave feedback, can always do more feedback. Hoping to do more of these videos soon, because I haven't done a lot of post-game commentary in a while. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.